The world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and few stories capture that excitement better than the tale of the 2000p Roosevelt dime. At first glance, it looks like every other 10-cent coin you might receive in your change, tossed into a drawer, or forgotten at the bottom of a piggy bank. But beneath that simple exterior lies a story of rarity, condition, and collector demand that has pushed the value of certain examples of this coin far beyond what most people would ever expect. While its face value is only 10 cents, some rare and exceptional pieces of the 2000p Roosevelt dime have sold for astonishing amounts at auction, ranging anywhere from $22,000 to $102,000. That leap from pocket change to life-changing money makes this coin one of the most fascinating modern treasures in U.S. numismatics. To truly understand why the 2000p dime has become so captivating, we need to step back and look at its place in American history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime, and its release came only a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II made him one of the most revered figures in American history. Beyond that, Roosevelt's association with the March of Dimes, a movement dedicated to combating polio, made the dime the perfect denomination to honor him. The choice of placing his portrait on the coin was not just symbolic but deeply personal to the American people. The design, created by chief engraver John R. Sinek, has endured for decades with only slight modifications. On the obverse side, Roosevelt's left-facing profile is flanked by the word liberty, with "I in God we trust" and the year of issue also present. The reverse features a torch in the center, representing liberty, with an olive branch on the left for peace and an oak branch on the right for strength and independence. This simple yet powerful design reflects the values Roosevelt himself stood for, and it has stood the test of time as one of America's most iconic coins. By the year 2000, the Roosevelt dime was a long-standing part of daily life. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these coins, designated with the P mint mark just above the date. In theory, the 2000p dime should be an extremely common coin. With so many minted, it should be easy to find and worth no more than face value. But numismatics is rarely that simple. Among the countless dimes that rolled off the presses in 2000, certain rare varieties, error coins, and high-grade survivors have captured the attention of collectors and propelled values into the tens of thousands of dollars. One of the main factors driving value is condition. The vast majority of 2000p dimes entered circulation, where they were handled, exchanged, and carried around daily. That constant wear dulled their luster, left scratches, and softened the details of Roosevelt's portrait and the reverse design. But a tiny fraction of these dimes avoided circulation altogether. Maybe they were pulled directly from mint rolls, preserved in mint sets, or set aside by chance. These coins, when kept in pristine condition, can grade extremely high on the professional scale used by services like PCGS or NGC. Collectors place enormous value on examples graded mint state 68 or 69, where the coin looks virtually flawless to the naked eye. Such coins stand out in a sea of worn examples, and that scarcity in top condition has made them highly desirable. Error coins add another layer of intrigue to the 2000p dime. Errors occur during the minting process, and while most are caught and destroyed, some escape into circulation. When they do, they become prized collectibles because of their uniqueness. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, double strikes, where the coin shows overlapping images from being struck twice, and wrong planchet errors, where the dime design was struck on a blank meant for another coin like a cent, are just some of the possibilities. Each type of error increases value, with dramatic or rare errors commanding the highest prices. A 2000p dime with a dramatic error in pristine condition is exactly the kind of coin that can reach that extraordinary price range of $22,000 to $102,000. Collectors are drawn to coins like this because they represent a blend of history, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. What makes the 2000p dime especially exciting is that it's still modern enough to potentially be found today. It's not locked away in museums or private collections like many older rarities. That means it's entirely possible that someone could stumble upon one in their pocket change, an old jar of coins, or a family collection without realizing what they have. The idea that a dime worth 10 cents could instead be worth tens of thousands of dollars adds a sense of mystery and excitement to every coin search. Auction stories bring these possibilities to life. When an exceptionally rare 2000p Roosevelt dime crosses the auction block, the bidding is intense. Collectors know how scarce these coins are, and they're willing to compete fiercely for them. As bids climb higher, the anticipation builds until the hammer falls and the final price is revealed. A dime once overlooked as ordinary suddenly transforms into a treasure worth $22,000, $50,000, or even $102,000. These moments highlight just how much value can be hidden in the smallest corners of everyday life. Even beyond their value, the 2000p dimes hold meaning for collectors who appreciate their connection to Roosevelt's legacy. Every time someone examines the portrait on the obverse, they are reminded of a president who guided the country through enormous challenges. Every glance at the reverse reveals the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength. These are qualities that resonate across generations, making the coin more than just a piece of currency. It's a small piece of history and identity that carries forward Roosevelt's impact. The beauty of collecting lies in the balance between chance and knowledge. On one hand, someone could unknowingly hold a fortune in their pocket change without realizing it. On the other hand, seasoned collectors train their eyes to notice details others miss: sharpness of strike, unusual features, or pristine preservation. The 2000p dime is the perfect coin to bring those two worlds together. It invites the casual observer to look more closely and rewards the dedicated collector with the possibility of uncovering something truly extraordinary. As modern coins continue to age, their status as collectibles will only grow. What seems ordinary now can become highly sought after decades later, especially in top condition or with unusual characteristics. The 2000p dime is already showing signs of this trajectory, with certain examples commanding incredible sums. In the future, as surviving high-grade coins become even scarcer, their values could rise even further. This story is a reminder to pay closer attention to what we often take for granted. That dime rattling in your car's cup holder or sitting at the bottom of your purse could, in rare cases, be worth a small fortune, with values for special examples of the 2000p Roosevelt dime ranging from $22,000 to $102,000. The potential reward is too great to ignore. Collectors know this, and that's why they continue to search, study, and preserve. Every coin tells a story, and the 2000p dime tells one of discovery, perseverance, and unexpected value. It proves that history isn't always confined to museums or textbooks. Sometimes it's sitting right in front of us, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be recognized. Whether you're a dedicated collector or just someone curious about the change in your pocket, the lesson here is clear: never underestimate the value of a coin, no matter how small or ordinary it seems. In the world of coin collecting, some treasures hide in the most unexpected places. Among the billions of coins that pass through our hands, it's easy to overlook what might seem like an ordinary dime. But the 1993p Roosevelt dime, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is a perfect reminder that even in recent decades, U.S. coinage can hold secrets of immense value. Most people would glance at it, spend it without thought, and never imagine it could be worth more than the face value of 10 cents. Yet for collectors who know what to look for, this unassuming dime has the potential to bring in a jaw-dropping fortune. Certain rare specimens of the 1993p Roosevelt dime have sold for extraordinary sums, with values ranging anywhere from $19,000 to $150,000 depending on the coin's grade, rarity of striking errors, and condition. To understand why a dime minted in 1993 could be so valuable, we need to first look at the history of the Roosevelt dime itself. The coin was introduced in 1946, designed by Chief Engraver John R. Sinek. It was created as a tribute to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who had passed away the year before. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, had led the nation through the Great Depression and most of World War II, leaving behind a legacy of resilience, leadership, and social programs that shaped American life. Appropriately, he also championed the March of Dimes, a fundraising campaign aimed at combating polio, a disease he himself suffered from. For that reason, honoring Roosevelt on the dime was a fitting tribute. The obverse of the dime features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, his expression solemn but dignified, with the word liberty to his left, the national motto "In God We Trust" below his chin, the date positioned to the lower right, and the mint mark nearby. On the reverse, Cynic chose a torch to symbolize liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. Together, these design elements give the dime an understated elegance that has made it one of America's longest-running coin designs. Still in use today, by 1993, the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for nearly 5 decades, struck in huge numbers every year. The Philadelphia Mint, which produces coins without a mint mark, though modern ones carry a small P, was responsible for minting hundreds of millions of dimes that year. At first glance, this seems to suggest that the 1993 P dime should be common and unremarkable. But that is where the beauty of coin collecting lies. Rarity isn't always about how many were made. It's about how many survive in top condition, how many were struck with unusual characteristics, and how many carry minting errors that slipped past inspection. And that's what makes the 1993 P Roosevelt dime so fascinating. One of the major factors in its value is condition. Most dimes minted in 1993 circulated heavily. They went into cash registers, were dropped into parking meters, stuffed into coin jars, and spent countless years rattling around in pockets and purses. As a result, the vast majority show heavy wear, scratches, and marks from use. But a tiny fraction of them were preserved in pristine condition. These are the coins that collectors dream about, uncirculated specimens that remain exactly as they left the mint, with sharp details, clean surfaces, and a bright luster. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC use a 70-point scale to determine quality. Anything above MS65 is considered an excellent grade, but when a coin achieves MS67, MS68, or higher, its value increases dramatically. A normal circulated 1993 P dime might only be worth face value, but in top uncirculated condition it can fetch thousands. And when you enter the realm of near-perfect coins, flawless examples with mirror-like surfaces and no visible blemishes, you can see values skyrocketing into the tens of thousands, and in rare cases, all the way up to $150,000. Another key factor in the 1993 P dime's rarity is the presence of mint errors. These errors occur when something goes wrong in the minting process, and while they are accidental, they produce fascinating results that collectors prize. Off-center strikes, for example, can cause Roosevelt's portrait to be shifted noticeably to one side, leaving part of the design missing but the date still visible. These coins are rare and valuable, with more extreme errors fetching higher prices. Double strikes are another kind of error, where the coin is struck twice, creating a ghostly overlapping image. Then there are wrong planchet errors, where the dime design was struck on a blank meant for a different coin, like a penny or a foreign coin. These types of mistakes are exceedingly rare and often sell for staggering prices at auction. A 1993 P Roosevelt dime with a dramatic error, combined with high-grade condition, can easily enter the six-figure range. This is how some examples of this seemingly ordinary coin have sold for between $19,000 and $150,000. Auction houses have seen just how powerful this combination of rarity, error, and condition can be. When a flawless or error-filled 1993 P Roosevelt dime crosses the auction block, it often sparks a bidding war. Collectors who recognize its significance are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collection. Imagine sitting in the auction room as the bidding climbs higher and higher, until a single dime, once worth only 10 cents, sells for more than the price of a brand new luxury car. That's the magic of numismatics, turning ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. For casual collectors and everyday people, the idea that a dime in their pocket change could be worth a fortune is both exciting and humbling. It shows that even in modern times, with coins struck by the billions, rarity still exists. Many stories circulate of people discovering rare coins in change jars, coin rolls from banks, or old family collections. It's not impossible that someone holding a 1993 P dime today could be sitting on a hidden gem worth tens of thousands, or even up to $150,000. Part of the appeal of collecting coins like the 1993 P dime is not just the monetary value, but also the connection to history. Roosevelt remains one of America's most influential presidents, and his face on the dime is a constant reminder of his impact on the nation. To hold a coin that both honors his legacy and represents a rare collectible is to bridge the gap between history and modern-day treasure hunting. This is why collectors never underestimate the power of careful searching. It's not just about old coins from the 1800s or colonial pieces from centuries ago. Even coins struck in the 1990s, coins you may have spent without a second thought, can hold incredible value under the right circumstances. The 1993 P. Roosevelt dime is proof of this. An ordinary dime with extraordinary potential, so the next time you come across loose change, take a closer look. That dime in your hand might not just be 10 cents. It might be a key to a thrilling discovery. With values ranging from $19,000 to $150,000, the 1993 P dime reminds us all that the smallest treasures can sometimes carry the greatest worth. Whether it's the allure of mint errors, the pursuit of top-condition coins, or the excitement of uncovering a hidden rarity, this dime holds a place in the fascinating story of American numismatics. In the world of U.S. coin collecting, there are certain pieces that prove how something as ordinary as spare change can transform into an astonishing treasure. The 2003 P. Roosevelt dime is one of those unexpected marvels. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it was produced in large numbers like countless other modern dimes. But what makes it so captivating to collectors is that within the sea of common circulation pieces, some extraordinary examples have emerged. These select few have commanded staggering prices at auctions, with values ranging anywhere from $26,000 to as high as $110,000 depending on their condition, rarity, and any striking anomalies. For a coin that most people would consider worth no more than 10 cents, this leap into 5 and 6 figures is nothing short of astonishing. To appreciate why the 2003 P. Roosevelt dime has reached this status, we need to explore both its background and its place within the broader history of U.S. coinage. The Roosevelt dime itself was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the year before. Roosevelt's legacy as the leader who guided the nation through the Great Depression and most of World War II made him a beloved figure. But he was also closely tied to the March of Dimes, the campaign that raised funds to fight polio, a disease he himself lived with. Honoring him on the dime, the very coin tied to the March of Dimes movement, was a meaningful and enduring choice. The design was created by chief engraver John R. Sinek, and though simple, it carries strong symbolism. The obverse features Roosevelt's dignified left-facing profile, framed by the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," with the date positioned below and to the right. On the reverse, Sinek designed a torch at the center to symbolize liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. Together, the imagery reflects the enduring values of the United States: freedom, unity, and resilience. BY 2003. This design had already been a part of American pockets and purses for nearly 6 decades. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of dimes that year, and to the casual observer, there seems to be nothing remarkable about them. They look like every other Roosevelt dime in circulation. But collectors know that rarity often hides in the details. When it comes to coins like the 2003 P dime, value isn't just about how many were minted. It's about the unique qualities of surviving examples, the condition they're found in, and the occasional striking errors that turn them into spectacular anomalies. Condition is one of the greatest determining factors in a coin's value. The majority of 2003 P dimes entered circulation immediately and endured years of wear. From cash registers to vending machines to pockets and purses, these coins quickly lost their sharp detail and luster. But some were carefully preserved in pristine condition, either stored away in rolls, kept in coin sets, or simply overlooked. These coins, when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can achieve mint state grades far above their circulated counterparts. A 2003 P dime graded MS68 or MS69, with brilliant luster and virtually no imperfections, can leap from being worth only a few cents to thousands of dollars. And when near-perfect examples come to auction, they can bring prices into the tens of thousands. But condition isn't the only factor. Mint errors are another crucial element that can make a 2003 P dime worth a fortune. Errors occur during the minting process, and they produce coins that stand out from the billions of regular strikes. Collectors love these oddities because they represent rare mistakes that escaped the watchful eyes of inspectors at the mint. Some of the most valuable error types include off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and parts of the coin remain blank, double strikes, where the coin was struck twice, creating a ghostly overlapping image, and wrong planchet errors, where the dime design was accidentally struck on a blank meant for another coin such as a cent or foreign denomination. When a 2003 P dime combines pristine condition with an unusual mint error, its value can skyrocket. These are the coins that bring in prices ranging from $26,000 to $110,000. Auction houses have seen collectors fiercely compete for such examples, each bidder driven by the desire to own a coin that is both historically significant and practically one of a kind. What makes these stories so captivating is the realization that these coins are still out there. Unlike centuries-old rarities locked away in museums or private collections, the 2003 P dime remains modern enough that someone could discover it in a forgotten roll of change, an old coin jar, or a collection handed down through family. Every time collectors sift through their change or examine coin rolls from banks, the hope of uncovering one of these treasures lingers in the back of their minds. It is that thrill of discovery, the possibility that a small and ordinary coin could unlock life-changing value, that keeps collectors hunting. It's worth noting that even without dramatic errors, some 2003 P dimes can still command impressive sums if they are in superb condition. Coins that are struck with exceptional detail, free from blemishes, and graded near the top of the scale are highly sought after. Collectors know that modern coins rarely survive in such pristine shape because they are mass-produced and distributed for circulation. That makes these high-grade survivors much rarer than one might expect, and scarcity is the key to high value. Beyond its monetary worth, the 2003 P Roosevelt dime also represents continuity in American numismatics. For nearly 80 years, the Roosevelt dime has remained essentially unchanged, a testament to both its simple beauty and its symbolic significance. In an era when many coin designs have come and gone, the dime's consistency makes it a collectible anchor, connecting decades of U.S. history through one small but powerful design. Collectors who pursue coins like the 2003 P dime are often motivated by more than profit. There's a sense of holding history in their hands, of owning a piece of the nation's story. Franklin D. Roosevelt's presence on the dime is a reminder of resilience in the face of challenges, of leadership during one of America's most difficult times. For many, that connection elevates the dime beyond just a piece of currency. For those watching auctions unfold, the drama is unforgettable. Imagine the tension as bids climb higher, the excitement in the room as collectors refuse to back down, and the final hammer strike when a 2003 P dime, once worth 10 cents, sells for tens of thousands of dollars. With values ranging from $26,000 to $110,000, it's clear that this coin has earned a place in the spotlight of modern numismatics. The lesson here is simple yet powerful. Never underestimate your change. Coins like the 2003 P Roosevelt dime prove that treasures can hide in the most ordinary places. While most people see only face value, collectors know to look deeper. Whether it's a flawless example preserved in mint condition, or a spectacular error coin that slipped through unnoticed, the potential for discovery is very real. So the next time you come across a dime in your pocket, pause for a closer look. That small piece of metal could be far more than you think. Somewhere among the countless 2003 P Roosevelt dimes, rare gems exist, coins capable of transforming 10 cents into a staggering $26,000, $50,000, or even $110,000. And it may just be waiting in someone's pocket right now, hidden in plain sight, until the right eyes uncover it.